It is called Cakes for Casualties, and it started in August 2009. So every week since then I've come to the hospital here in Birmingham with an array of cakes and the boys' favourite cakes to cheer them up, and at Christmas dress up as Mother Christmas for them, and if they've got a birthday, come in with birthday cake and balloons just to chivvy them up and let them know that people care. So the guys come in, obviously from 2009, it was during the Afghan war, so there was lots of guys coming in week after week. And now there's guys that are injured in training, that are sick as well, so there's guys being treated for cancer here, so there's a whole array of military still to be seen.
What motivated you for this, or what inspired you?
Completely accidental. I came to visit my sister who was a patient in Selly Oak Hospital and brought cakes to cheer her up, and she shared some with some of the injured soldiers at the time, and they said, tell your sister to bring us some on S4. So I rang the ward, got permission, explained the guys that we'd met, and I brought cakes into the ward, and I said, how many guys have you got, just so that I've got enough. And she said, at the minute we've got 35. So that was that then. I went around and they said, come in and meet the guys, which I wasn't expecting to do. And I was just struck by their courage, their humour, their cheek, and thought, you can't do this only once. So I waited for 2 weeks and said, do you think the guys would like some more cake? And the nurse said, would they ever? All we've heard is, do you think she'll come back? So that was it then. I was hooked. So I come here every week. I go to Headley Court, which is the big rehabilitation unit in Surrey. So I go there once a month with a stash of cakes for the guys there. Various other rehab units throughout the country, and also to the Invictus Games training sessions. There's a lot of the guys are training for the wheelchair rugby here in Birmingham. So I go along to the training, cheer them on, and take them a few buns.
Do you do this alone?
I do. I'm the only one that does all the cooking and the shopping. I do have somebody that helps with the washing up, which is a godsend. But no, I do all the cooking, yes. And it was part of the deal when I came in that everything would be traceable. And I have public liability insurance just in case. But fortunately, to date, I've never poisoned anybody or made them ill. So it's been incredible, and I get to know the guys really well and their favourite. So I hold little quiz nights and stand outside Tesco's from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, and I get a few of my friends to come along and help me with that. And people will send donations in to me. So I usually just have enough. I don't have thousands in the bank like most charities these days. I just have enough so that I can keep going, really. And so I constantly have to fundraise so that I can come in and give this gift to the boys.
You've been meeting these boys and you've been going up and down and eventually meeting them in their wards. What do you feel? Do you feel that they were lacking that sort of support?
No, I think they have tremendous support here, actually. There's a wonderful network of support here. They didn't have a cake lady, but they do have lots of other support. So I wouldn't say there was anything really lacking. I think it's just a different tack. I'm not military, I'm not family. So it's somebody different to come in, and we have a bit of a laugh and banter, and they just love the cake. So it's sort of like a fun time, really. And the nurses would say to me some days, oh, thank God you're here, cheer them up, So I think it complemented what was already in place for the guys.
Would you kind of recommend this kind of a charity or initiatives to the Ministry of Defence? Or
Well, actually, I've never thought of that, but yes, really. Although I don't have to recommend it, the boys recommend it themselves. So by word of mouth and their thank yous and how much they've appreciated, they've spread the word themselves about what I do. And I have had a lot of support, not financially, but a lot of support from various members of the military saying, we think what you do is amazing, keep it up. But I'm sure if I was desperate and asked for financial help, they might help me.
You've been doing this for 6 years, you say?
Yep, 6.5 years, 7 in August. I am actually retired, and when I first started doing this, I was kind of recovering from quite a bad accident myself. And I do actually make time for them, and it's the most incredible encounter with these guys, and I do feel that it's something I do want to do and want to continue to do as long as I can, and they do take priority. It's quite comical now that my friends and family will say, oh gosh, baking, or I'll call you back tomorrow. Or they'll say, oh, you're down, okay, we'll see you another day. So it's quite funny. It's turned around that they are a huge priority in my life now, yes.
What was your occupation before your retirement?
I was a ward sister in gynae oncology, so I worked at the Women's Hospital.
If I may ask, what was the accident?
I just helped move a 27-stone patient and ruptured a disc in my back, so I had a lot of problems from that.
Okay, and eventually you retired?
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I retired early. I already go throughout the country to wherever the boys are. So they'll send me messages to say they're in hospital elsewhere and they haven't got a cake lady. So I'll go and cheer them up and take the favourite cake. So I've been up to Liverpool, I've been to Oxford, Salisbury. I go down to other rehab units throughout the country on a regular basis as well. So it's kind of taken over my life a bit as well. But Oxford's not that far away, and Liverpool isn't. It's just depending on whether the M6 is behaving itself or not. Just that it's an amazing thing to do, and I've been very privileged. I've met the most amazing men and women that this country has to offer, and I've had great support. The staff at the QE are always very helpful to me and let me in and out and supporting me on the cake round and ensuring that I'm safe while I'm here as well. So it's a nice way of working with other people to do something for somebody else and to let other people know that, people genuinely care. And basically it's just a bit of human compassion, isn't it, for your fellow man.